Hello everyone, welcome back to Spain, welcome back to Deportivo, welcome back to the project. Today we're going to be playing against Espanyol, I believe. I seem to recognise that badge. Indeed we are. Espanyol in 8th on 24 points. We are in 3rd place on 32. We were very briefly top of the league after beating Villarreal 1-0. Let's just have a look at the schedule. I believe it was Villarreal that we beat. Yes, it was. We beat the Yellow Submarine 1-0 thanks to a last gasp, fantastic goal, I have to say, by Victor Malejo. We've got some footage of the goal there, which you'll be seeing here now. Brought on Shibazaki and John Joe Shelby in the last few minutes to give us some more creativity in midfield. And it was one of those two players who played Malejo through, and he's so calm. He's so calm. I wasn't. Instead of using the R2 button, for some reason I held down L1, and he ended up lobbing the keeper from a narrow angle, and it just crept inside the post. And you could see from the celebrations afterwards that just how much it meant to everybody. The fact that that goal had put us top of the league was quite something indeed. The fans got a piece of Malejo, and well, it was a happy day. It was a very happy day. Less happy, coming back to the to the scores here, was the 0-0 draw against Athletic Club. We just weren't really at it during the game. To be honest, we weren't really at it during the game against Villarreal either. I think maybe I'm just not really in the right headspace for playing football at the moment, but I'm going to have to go and do it anyway because you guys want the content. You're obviously wanting the content. You're here watching it, and I enjoyed making it. So I'm going to go ahead and have a game today against Espanyol. We're hoping that we can get ourselves out of a little rut and potentially score a few goals. We've had an offer come in for Yarmolenko for £19 million. I'm quite tempted, I'll be honest with you. He's a good player, he really is, and he can play in a range of positions, but for whatever reason I just can't seem to get on with him at the moment. um, I don't know if my style of play lends itself to a player like Yarmolenko, so it's entirely possible that we might end up saying goodbye to Yarmolenko and then reinvesting the money in somebody that can give some cover to Victor Malejo on the right hand side of midfield. So here we go, we're just loading the game up now, getting all of the usual tips and tricks from the game tips menu. Here we are, back at the Riazor Stadium in Coruña. Players come out on the pitch. Obviously Espanyol wearing the green away shirt. It's pretty boring, to be honest. Solid colour with a white stripe down one side. I don't know how much they paid somebody to design that, but they probably overpaid, I'll say that much. So here we go, we kick off. We're going to be shooting from left to right in the first half here. Ventura and Rene immediately combining down the left hand side. Momo running into space, just about gets onto the ball, manages to retain possession into Rene here. Bonaventura, Shibazaki, and Shibazaki fucks it. Fair enough. It's early on, we've got plenty of opportunities to come yet. At least he's trying to win the ball back, and Victor Malejo ends up more successful with winning the ball back, but immediately the ball is given away again. Not holding on to possession at all well at the moment. I'm finding myself getting a little bit distracted and missing players that I should be spotting. Momo into Berg, back to Momo and into Rene. Momo once more. Berg. Oh, fouled inside the penalty area, but the referee gives an out for it. And if they go down the other end, I'm not going to be happy if they score from this chance. But Arbia doing a pretty good job of holding the man up. Can't win the ball, but does eventually get it back thanks to a good defensive header from one of the defenders. Galoppo has the ball, plays it out to the left again, favouring the left-hand side at the moment, Deportivo. Switched across to Arbia. Oh dear, oh dear. Wins the ball back, luckily for him. Here's Bonaventura deep. Tries to play the ball into Momo. Manages it. Here's Berg. And he just can't get control of the ball. And finally, the referee has deemed us worthy of a foul. It took long enough. Good strength from Berg, good first control, but he's just hassled out of it by two players, one of whom pushed the envelope a little bit too far, and so a free kick is awarded in a dangerous position here. Victor Malejo loves these kind of free kicks. He's going to have a crack at it, I think. Over the wall, past the goalkeeper, and into the back of the net for 1-0. The figurehead of this team strikes again. He does a dodgy little dance, and the rest of his teammates come to congratulate him. 19 minutes gone, and the Spaniard has put his hometown team 1-0 to the good. Always curling away from the goalkeeper. He was going to have trouble with it as soon as it left Malejo's boot. Sometimes you wonder if a wall really helps in these situations. And there we go, 1-0 to Deportivo. And what they've lacked in creativity and open play, they've certainly made up for in the deadly accuracy of their set pieces. One ball forward, out to Eliasson. Gets around Arbia, plays it into Javi Paulo. Melando. Back to Eliasson. He's got some room here. He could probably get past it. No. Arbia says no bloody chance, mates, and off he goes. Oh, and that wasn't a bad idea. It would have taken a hell of a control by Berg. Sometimes, even if you pump one in with the kind of pace that was there, you can sometimes force a defender into miscontrolling it. There's a chance for Berg. Oh dear, Berg doesn't even touch the ball. He tries to hold the man off and ends up being caught short as a result. But no worry, we have the ball back. Galoppo picks it up centre of the park. Two men directly ahead of him. Shibazaki to Bonaventura. Back to Shibazaki. Out to Arbia. Malejo. Bonaventura. Rene. Momo. Over the top for Berg. Couldn't quite get it. Oh dear, that's not good. Fortunately, we retained possession in the end. Well, it was very fortunate. Oh, Shibazaki. I hang on to the ball for too long here, and they narrow the angle all the time. And there's a ball over the top here. Javi Puedo with three men around him. None of them can catch him. And thankfully the goalkeeper is on his toes, because that would have been an awful goal to concede with three defenders around him and none of them making the challenge. He had all the time in the world to hit the ball, but only one place where he could put it, thanks to the efforts of Jimenez. Here's a corner now for Espanyol. And it was a free header. Fortunately not on target. Arbia picks up the ball, moves it over to Javi Montero. We're trying to create some space by passing it out into wide areas here. Here's Momo, turns his man, Javi Lopez. Into the box. Berg tries chipping it on, but can't get his head to it before the defender. Shibazaki tries to get it to Victor Malejo, but the defender just gets a foot to it. criticise that pass. It was a first time effort, and they can sometimes lack a little bit of accuracy. Espanyol penned in a little bit here in the right back position. And Shibazaki manages to block the ball, but unfortunately can't retain possession. Here's Eliasson, 2 men in on him. Victor Malejo ends up picking it up. No foul given by the referee, but the half-time whistle does go. And at half-time, it's been a fairly disappointing game of football so far, I have to say. Deportivo ahead thanks to Victor Malejo's efforts from the free kick. Deadly left foot that he has. He just whips it around the wall, over the wall I should say, and had it arrowing away from the goalkeeper the whole way. One shot on target, one shot taken, one goal to their name. Deportivo lead 1-0 at half-time. No changes made at the half-time interval. It's the same team that starts this second half as the first for both sides. Managers have had 15 minutes to drill into their players what they want to see in the second half. Let's see if there's any difference from the team that are behind, or indeed the team that have the lead, because in truth, even though they carry a 1-0 lead into this half, they've not exactly been a brilliant team in this game. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. That deserved better. Lovely give and go between the front three. Galoppo plays the ball in here to Berg, who nips it off to Malejo. Dinked over the top, and the other wide player comes in, tries to get his head on it, and just manages to get it over the bar. Malejo's going to have a word with the referee here. Referee decided he was a little bit too physical on that challenge. Has a word, no card involved. We'll see from the replay here what the referee saw that was wrong. Well, they go ankle to ankle, but I don't see there being particularly much of an issue with that challenge, frankly. Maybe the Espanyol player should grow up a little bit, toughen up. Rene heads the ball out. He's fouled just after. And Bonaventura apparently giving away a free kick here. Again, not sure what the referee's seeing. There's hardly anything in it. But this is a chance for Espanyol to claw themselves back into the game. Good punch from the goalkeeper. Galoppo does very well to win the ball there. He does a great job of screening the defence. Can sniff out danger like a bloodhound. Oh, that's nice from Rene into Momo. Montero does a great job of retaining possession for his side. And it eventually goes out of play for a Deportivo throw. Rene with the cross, takes a deflection behind. It will be a corner to Deport. Albeit to take in swinging. Momo with the header. Rene, well, he's hit them from there before with more accuracy and success than he has with this one. Given his track record, he had every right to have a go. And since Deport are in the lead, they can afford to take a few more speculative efforts at the opposition goal. Looking for Shibazaki to make a run there, but the ball wasn't good enough anyway. Go on, go for that long ball. You know you want to. They've pushed up here. If we can get the ball quickly, we could hit them on the break. Referee allows play to continue. The ball is won, and here come Deport. Ah, it's a poor ball. It's a really, really poor ball. They have to do better than that. Just can't seem to win a challenge to save our lives at the moment. Javi Montero shows them how it's done. And here comes Maleo down the right-hand side, galloping forward like a stallion. And then giving the ball up like a little baby bird. Something feels off about my players. I can't tell you. It's difficult for me to say exactly what, but they just feel laggy. Don't you dare. Ball goes over. It's going to be a goal kick, I think. I don't think I've got too many players who are out of stamina. Let's have a quick look and see. No, everyone's fine. So the only other thing I can think is the AI is trying to even things up a little bit. Yarmolenko comes on for Victor Malejo, who looks like he's on his last legs. And Bonaventura makes way for Shelby. And actually, given the fact that we are defending, we'll bring on Le Goff at left back to give us a bit more stability while we're at it. We'll cancel the attacking fullback's instruction. So that's no longer a thing. Let's put us on neutral because I don't like us playing too defensively. And we'll just play it out to Javi Montero here. And maintain possession primarily. If we get a chance, we will try to take it. But first and foremost, it's about keeping the ball at this point. The old adage is true that if you have the ball, your opponent can't score. Oh dear. Le Goff just about getting hold of it. Good cross into the box. Oh, I tell you what. Berg's unlucky to have not scored there. A lovely give and go between Le Goff and Momo. Ball clipped into the box and Berg just can't quite get the accuracy right on that header. But he knows he had a great opportunity there and he'll be thanking Le Goff for setting him up for that later. Unfortunately, Espanyol have the ball back now, so we're going to have to try and make sure that they don't get too far up the pitch with it. And that will do very nicely, thank you very much. Oy. That is not a good pass at all. Somehow we win it back with the onrushing Galoppo running into trouble head first. Ah, Berg can't get onto the ball. And that's the final whistle. It's a 1-0 victory to Deportivo. Not entirely sure that they're worth the win, frankly. But they did take their chances where they could. And that's all that you can ask from a football team some days. Certainly out of sorts. Hopefully this funk won't last too much longer. But here's the free kick. It was a brilliant free kick, really. Just over the heads of the opposition wall. Always curling away from the goalkeeper. If there was a textbook, that would be how they would tell you to take it. So there we go. Well, okay, maybe we did just about shade it on the stats. but our passing was not anywhere near as accurate as Espanyol's, and that's something that we're going to have to look at. Victor Malejo with the man of the match performance, unsurprisingly there. Marcus Berg only getting a 5.5. Shelby and Yarmolenko coming off the bench to a 5, and Lugoff getting a 6, probably due to the fact that he got that assist, that near assist, pretty soon after coming onto the pitch. Let's have a look at the other results in the league today, and we can see already Atletico Madrid dropping points at Girona. Real Madrid with a 4-0 win against Racing Santander. That's a great win for them. And Barcelona going away to Valencia and coming away with 3 points as well. So big wins for the big teams. Let's see how things stack up in the league table now. And you can see Sevilla are now the leaders of La Liga Santander, with Deportivo right behind them, 1 point separating them. Atletico Madrid also on 35 points, with Barcelona in 4th place on 32. The three teams behind all on 31 points: Athletic Club, Real Madrid and Real Sociedad. You would imagine Real Madrid have the squad to stick it through to the end of the season. It'll be interesting to see if Sevilla drop away, and indeed if Deportivo can keep up this pace. But it's so far been a very interesting season, and it only proves to be even more interesting as we go into the second half. 17 games of the league season played. We're only 2 games away from the mid-season point, and we will probably come back in a couple of games' time tomorrow. One more thing to mention transfer-wise, and it's actually nothing to do with a transfer, but it is to do with a signing. If we go into the old negotiations tab here, and my team, and go down to one Mr. Berg. That's better. Right, so Berg is now contracted to us until 2031. He's on a 4-year contract worth £21,200 a week. He's the best paid player at the club now, and he's got a release fee of 55 million. So if you want him, come get him, but you're going to have to pay a lot of money. Very, very happy to have signed him up. The only player now that needs to be signed to a new contract, if we want to, is Yarmolenko. But as you can see here, a bid has come in from DC United for £19.2 million. I might tell them to just pay the release fee, and then he can go. But certainly him and Rui Silva, I think, are the only 2 players with contracts that expire at the end of this season. I'm going to have to do some thinking about it. Certainly I'm going to have a look in the transfer market. I think it's going to be a case of if I can sign somebody first, then we will let Yarmolenko go. But I don't know. I really don't know if we're going to find someone that's going to be willing to take wages of around about the 8,500 to 9,000 mark that could give us the same kind of flexibility that Yarmolenko can. So I have to wait and see on that one. But that will do us for another episode. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, take care. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.